Welcome to the final test race in the series. We are at Wake Island. This is, a fun fact, the only Wake Island race that's going to be held during the day. I think that this is the only Wake Island race that's going to be held during the day. It's time for the final race. We have 5 drivers that have a shot. Sadly, Pigeon was not able to make it in. So close, by 1 point, but he's unable to make it in. We have 5 drivers that can compete for the title. We have Junkai, our leader in points, who has been very consistent the past few races, took advantage of Pigeon's demise in the second race, stayed close to Delta in the first race, and was just good enough to knock Pigeon out of the championship running in the third race we just had. Then we have Deltha, who got second in the last race, and has won one of the races as well. Despite retiring in the second race, I believe, Deltha is still in competition due to nearly winning 2 races. Then we have Proline, who's just been consistent all the way around, finished all 3 races in the points. Zohul, who's again been very consistent all the way around, finished races in the points. And then Raiden, who has a very slim chance, but if he gets super lucky, like maybe all 4 top drivers DNF it, I jinx it, he will win the championship. Anyway, let's go to the starting order. Alright, we have Spinion on pole, or Pigeon on pole, followed by Deltha, the first championship contender, in the first row. Second row, we have Guerrier, and then Junkai, second championship contender, in the second row. Third row, we have Zoho and Proline, 2 championship contenders, in the third row. Fourth row, we have Nuke and Raiden, our last championship contender, in the fourth row. Then we have, in the fifth row, Ironman and Ben. Sixth row, Dom and Silvi. Seventh row, Awful and Elisio. Eighth row, Ismail and Swish. Ninth row, Cap and Dodo. 10th row, Reindeer and Iron. 11th row, Fexaland and Ole. Finally, the 12th row, Judge and Leo at the back. Who will get the title and who will win the race? Let's get it underway and find out. Who will get the jump on the start? Is it gonna be? It's gonna be Delta getting the jump on the start. Pigeon might get a jump. Junkai gets a jump on Delta. Junkai gets a run down Delta down the inside. I have to be kind of quiet right now. Pigeon. Oh, Proline goes around. Pigeon's falling a long way back. Nuke gets a huge run. Oh my gosh, Nuke gets a huge run. Pigeon's all the way back here now. Pigeon's all the way back. Junkai leads the race. Here comes Pigeon trying to get around Junkai. The 2 cum hacks are up here. What is this madness? They're trying to make it 3 wide. Delta, Proline, Pigeon, maybe. Junkai sets the fastest lap and leads the first lap. Chased by Guerrier. The Nuke third. Delta, Proline, Pigeon here. Pigeon gets the move on Proline. Trying to go around Delta this time. It's not going to quite work for him. Proline goes under Pigeon, and Pigeon gets back over both of them. Delta's trying to fight back. Proline goes under both of them. Proline goes under both of them. Proline goes under both of them as we head on the lap. But Pigeon fights back, but Proline comes back at it. They're side by side running on the straight. Nuke's gonna fall back, trying to make it 3 wide there. Nuke's gonna fall back, making it 3 wide. Delta gets a clean overtake on Pigeon. As this is now turning into a 3-car battle right here. Pigeon gets around Delta. If Pigeon can screw up, Pigeon's not out of ruining. Pigeon ain't technically, yes, he's out of winning the championship, but he could help make others lose the championship. He could hold Delta up and make Delta lose to Junkai. If Junkai can lead and Delta can't get up there, it's gonna be over. Speaking of this, we have Proline beating Delta here. Raiden is a long way back there. Where is Zohul? Zohul's a while back. Pigeon and Delta are still going at it. Up here we have Proline and Nuke actually going at it. Pigeon and Delta, they're holding Delta up. That's really bad. Here comes Guerrier up the inside of Nuke. Dodo has an engine failure. That's going to be bad. Hopefully it doesn't hold any of the main drivers up. Guerrier's got some slipstream. Yet Pigeon and Delta are still fighting. This is not good for Delta. Delta needs to get out of Pigeon. Delta needs to get in some clean air. If not, that could easily cost Delta the championship. Proline is in second right now. Proline might actually win the championship if Junkai loses the race. If Proline wins the race, Proline will take the championship. Junkai gets the behind Odo. Everyone gets the behind Odo. Proline gets around. Oh my gosh, this has just escalated the battle. This has escalated the battle. This is exactly what Delta needed. They actually got stuck behind Odo. This is exactly what Delta needed. This is exactly what Delta needed. It didn't really hurt them all. Didn't really hurt anyone except for... Didn't really hurt anyone. Here comes Zohol now. Zohol's actually going to run right in. It didn't really hurt anyone except for Proline, who's now been passed by Delta again, and Pigeon. Oh no, that might not be the case. But Pigeon, there's a 4-car battle that just escalated everything, and that helped Delta a lot. Delta just got helped a lot after getting... Again, just like the last race, Delta got helped a lot by that. Except Guerrier didn't get pained as much. Junkai still leads on lap 7. Proline is leading Delta. This could be a big fight. The two championship contenders are dueling it out. The prolapse of Proline is holding. The two come Hackset Bay barely. Here comes Zohol. Here comes Zohol. Junkai's teammates coming in. Nuke is trying to go up the inside. Maybe Nuke does the pass. Guerrier and Junkai are fighting. Guerrier leads the lap. Proline is trying desperately to hold Delta at bay. Proline is trying to hold Delta at bay, and it's not going to work. Delta gets the move. Can Proline get back up there? Junkai is fighting with the two McLarens. If Junkai doesn't win this race, there's a high chance that Delta will get the championship. If Delta does... Proline against Zohol. It's Proline versus Zohol. The two championship contenders. Proline versus Zohol. Zohol gets around him. Proline is now losing the main battle. Proline's not going to do it. Proline needs to win the race. Proline probably needs the win. Delta, it's Proline, Delta, all this. Nuke might be catching up to Zohol soon. This is close battling right now. Did Raiden pit? No, Raiden did not pit. Gar pits. Pigeon leads the race. This might be a fight between Pigeon and Junkai coming in here. It's probably going to be a championship for Junkai. The championship might go to Junkai if Junkai does not have a malfunction. Junkai needs to pray that what happened at Dubai does not come back to bite him. He needs to pray that it doesn't come back to bite him. As I think Proline is trying to go around Nuke, maybe? I don't know. The gaps at the front are starting to get a little spread out. Pigeon pits. Junkai has now inherited the lead, and Delta has inherited second. Zohol is third. Where in the world is Raiden? Raiden is far back. Raiden is quite far back. Lots of fight with Cap and Ben. Cap has now fallen quite a bit back, actually. Here goes Raiden trying to overtake Ben. Raiden is all the way at the back. This is not going well for him. Because Raiden is not... Iron Man is not too far behind. And Proline enters the pits. Junkai leads. Raiden needs to hope that they can place better than Iron Man. Iron Man also might be a threat. We never know. Raiden sets the fastest lap, though. That's pretty impressive. Ben and Cap are fighting back there. Proline. Seems like, where is everybody? Where is Junkai leading the race? Junkai, here comes Delta. Trying to get up the inside. Delta gets up the inside as they both dive into the pits. Junkai and Delta dive into the pits. Here comes Zohol. Zohol dives into the pits. 3 championship contenders into the pits. Who will lead this? Who will lead the pack? Pigeon comes out. Pigeon leads the pack. Delta leads. Delta took the position and Junkai is slow coming out of the pits. Delta took the advantage. Delta is leading the race. Holy crap, it's Proline. It's 3 championship contenders. Raiden caught up to them. It's a 3-way championship contender battle between Zohol, Proline, and Raiden. I can't believe it. Here's Cap, actually. Cap is actually close to Proline for once. Zohol leads the battle. Raiden's gaining. Raiden needs to be not last. Junkai is quite far behind Delta here. Proline needs to be faster here, but Zohol's got the softs. Pigeon still leads the race. This might be the win for Pigeon. Pigeon is still leading. Delta needs to get some clean air a little bit. Delta may be fighting with Guerrier. Raiden's falling a little bit back to Cap. Here maybe Junkai's march up the field. Delta's got it around Guerrier. Now he'll just have to go chase down Pigeon, and if he also has to pray he doesn't get a malfunction. Delta has to pray. Here comes Guerrier trying to get around. Guerrier may or may not screw up the race for Delta if Delta places too low. Junkai has to place second though. If Junkai places second, it doesn't matter what Delta does. Junkai will win the championship, but it doesn't look like Junkai is gonna be getting that very easily. He's quite far back now. There's a way battle between Proline and Zohol. Proline and Zohol are going at it. Proline takes the outside. It doesn't work. But Proline has the slipstream. Will he get it though? Proline seems almost quite a bit of time there. Will he get it back through these corners? Zohol takes the wide line, and now Proline's getting it back. He took the fast line down the inside. Will Proline get the speed? Proline's got the speed going around the outside. Proline's going to try to make a cutback down the inside, and it doesn't work. But now he's alongside. They're alongside. They're fighting. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get the end? Who's going to have the last word here? Proline versus Zohol. Proline did beat Zohol last time. Proline did take the victory last time. Who's going to do it this time? As you can see, Cap is actually fighting with Raiden right now. Cap and Raiden are fighting. That is really good for Prolapse. That's really good for Proline and Prolapse. If Cap can hold up, if that's another thing, other drivers aren't quite out of it yet. They can screw over the driver. If Cap can get busy fighting with Raiden and screw him over, that's really good for Proline. As Proline begins to start falling back, and Delta and Guerrier, I think, are still going at it here. Guerrier might take a fast line through here. Guerrier still might screw up Delta's race. If Junkai is far enough ahead, if Junkai gets to a point where Junkai finishes like third, Delta pits along with Guerrier. Delta pits with Guerrier. They're going to go side by side out of the pits. Zohol and Junkai. Raiden pits. Proline's up with Delta. Proline gets around Delta. Delta's in the hards. What was that decision? Proline's past Delta. But Proline's on the older tires. Guerrier's gonna try and go around both of them. Proline does not need this fight. It's a 3-car battle between Proline, Delta, and Guerrier. This is an intense race. Here. Oh, there's a car that's slow. Nuke is slow. Coming on there. Nuke is super slow. People bin it into the corner. Delta takes the advantage again. Proline is now stuck behind Guerrier. And Delta's in fourth. There's Junkai Zohol. This is not good for Delta either. Junkai is in second right now. That's not good for Delta. Oh, there's a big kerfuffle here. There's a big crash. There's a crash. Proline gets so old. Zohol gets even more old. Raiden's beating Delta. Somebody's up into the matter. There's a big crash on the final corner. Delta trying to go around Raiden. This is really good for Raiden. Raiden's up into, I believe, second place. This is amazing job by Raiden. But here comes Zohol. Proline's in the worst spot right now. Proline is in one of the worst spots right now. Junkai might enter the pit soon. Junkai got away with that clean. Junkai is actually... don't know where Junkai is. Junkai's behind Proline. Junkai's actually behind Proline. Junkai must have pitted. Junkai and Proline. It's Junkai. Junkai's behind Proline. Proline's gonna go. This is a big fight. The leader versus Proline. Come on. This is an amazing fight. Reindeer's in the top 10. Guys, Reindeer's in the top 10. Pigeon pits, meaning Delta inherits the lead. Zohol is also pitting. Proline enters the pits. Ismail's car is dying again. Ben has a puncture. There's 2 cars broken. 3 cars broken. Is there gonna be a kerfuffle? It's Junkai against Raiden here. Wait, this could be a problem for the leaders. This could be a problem for the leaders. Here comes Delta. Will Delta get stuck on Isma? Junkai and Raiden are going side by side. Delta doesn't get stuck. They don't get stuck. They barely make it. They don't get stuck on Reindeer. They barely make it past Reindeer. Ben is a puncture. Ben is a puncture. Ben is a puncture. Junkai is stuck behind Ben. Junkai is stuck. Junkai is stuck behind Ben. This is really bad. Junkai is losing time. Raiden is even more stuck. Raiden's more stuck. Raiden's screwed. Raiden is screwed this race. It's Deltha and Guerrier now. Now where's Prolime? Prolime's fighting with Zohol. Prolime's back here fighting with Zohol. Zohol's gaining a bit of ground. That's screwed Junkai's race over. That's Junkai's race over, I think. Cap's somehow up here. Cap is actually doing good. Deltha might have this. Junkai's back and forth. Junkai's actually back and forth. That has destroyed Junkai's race. Junkai is far back from Deltha. That is far back from Deltha. All Deltha needs to do is pray that they don't get it. A bad failure. And that they can get past Guerrier. They go. Guerrier and Deltha going side by side. Pigeon might actually win this race. Pigeon's probably going to win this race. Junkai is not too far back, though. Deltha, if Deltha can stay at this pace, Deltha's going to be set. But Junkai, Deltha has to be worried. Junkai is not too far behind. And fighting with Guerrier is only going to make things worse. Deltha is going to go for the inside. It doesn't work, but maybe it does. Delta's going side by side. Junkai's caught up. Junkai is caught up. The fighting has made it so bad. The fighting is taking its toll. The fighting is taking its toll. Here comes Junkai. This is going to be a last lap showdown. This is going to be a last lap showdown. Holy crap. This is going to be a showdown. Holy moly, dude. This is going to be a championship showdown between Junkai and Deltha. This is going to be it. Pigeon still leads, but no one really cares right now. Gare is second. Here goes Junkai for a pass. Here goes Junkai trying to get around. Junkai gets around Deltha. Junkai gets around Deltha in his second place. Or not second place yet. Junkai gets around Deltha, but all Junkai has to do is get into second. Junkai's not done. Actually, no, Junkai's not done yet. Junkai has to get second place, I think. I don't think it will matter anyway, because Deltha will have to win the race from this point. Deltha has to win the race from this point, but Junkai's not entirely safe yet. But I think Junkai's going to try to get around Guerrier. Junkai's trying to get around Guerrier. Junkai's going to get around Guerrier. Junkai's going to try to do it. Junkai's going to go for the outside. It doesn't work. Guerrier puts the block. This is good for Deltha. If Guerrier can fight with Junkai, that's really good for Deltha. Deltha can catch up. As you can see right now, Deltha's catching up. Junkai's on the softs, Guerrier's on the hards. Can Junkai get down the inside? Not quite. Delta's gonna probably gain. Junkai's trying to go for the inside. It goes for the inside. Guerrier still manages to block. Not this time. Junkai gets around. Junkai is around Guerrier. Pigeon will take the white flag to begin the last lap. Can Deltha do anything to stop Junkai's wrath? Then it's Zoho Raiden and Prolime at the back. Unless Junkai gets a malfunction, there's nothing anyone can do. There's nothing Deltha can do. Junkai will take the championship. If there's nothing Junkai can do. No, Junkai's going to win the championship. Pigeon is fighting for some reason. Pigeon's coming around the final corner. Pigeon wins at White Island. But Junkai will come around and become the 10th season champion. Deltha will get second. Then it's Zoho Prolime and Raiden behind them all. Who won between Zoho and Prolime? I think it might have been... I'm pretty sure Prolime lost the fight. Prolime has lost the fight at the last second. That is unlucky. No, I think they might have tied. Wait, I think they tied. Amazing race. Ole, Awful, Araman, Leo, Judge, Swish, Elyzio, Silbai, Nuke, Ayong. Who will finish in the 21st spot? Is there anyone? I don't see anyone. They think that's it. No, Ben. Ben. Oh no, Ben is a lot down. Ben finishes 21st. Reindeer, no! Reindeer was in the top 10 for a while, but Reindeer finally is dead. Back in 22nd. Amazing run though from many drivers. That was a great run. Wait, where's Dodo? Dodo still has to finish. I think Dodo. There's Dodo out. I think Dodo might have gone down the race. That might be all of them. I think that's all of them. So yeah, that wraps up the test season, and yeah, amazing job to Junkai for winning the championship, and deltha for trying hard, and Guerrier for making deltha lose the championship. Come on, of course. I told you those McLarens aren't out of it yet because they screwed over deltha. They screwed over deltha.